Hi, I'm Bethany.
Hi, I'm Bryce.
Hi, I'm Mitchell.
Hey, I'm Dustin.
I'm Anna.
Okay, key problems. A key issue from Apple is that holding money offshore for the sole intent of tax evasion is illegal. Having subsidiaries is perfectly fine, but to have them only for tax evasion is criminal. Key issues that arise from Apple not paying taxes is the first one being public services suffer from the lack of income from the absence of Apple taxes. An example can be public schools having a lack of funds from insufficient tax revenue. The second one being some people say avoiding taxes is unpatriotic because many Americans feel that big corporations have too many loopholes to fall back on. Now, key issues from taxation of the government. First one being large taxes from the government creates a lockout effect because large tax rates deter companies from spending and bringing money back into the U.S. economy, which creates a lockout effect. The second and last one being the government imposes tax holidays. Although tax holidays give businesses the incentive to bring money into the economy, some say the money received from the tax holiday is not worth the money lost with the cut in tax rates.
As for the role that taxation plays on where Apple's revenue is held, I'd say that a key role in Apple's decision to keep out of the United States is to avoid the taxation they would potentially pay domestically. Because domestic taxation would require Apple to pay more money to the United States, they have not yet done so. Because holding revenue abroad is currently legal, the main result of taxation is the very decision to hold money externally. When considering potential deadweight loss, because taxation inherently creates deadweight losses, it would not make the economy more efficient. However, it would result in governmental revenue. Although governmental revenue would benefit taxpayers through public services, taxation, as previously mentioned, would result in less efficiency for the domestic economy.
Overall, I think that international taxation harms the domestic economy more than it helps it. Right now, as we've been discussing, the biggest barrier to keeping corporate earnings in the U.S. is the high tax rate, because it doesn't make sense from a company's perspective to pay a higher tax rate, and especially it doesn't make sense that they would have to pay an extreme tax rate just to move the funds back into domestic accounts. If we were to abolish the tax, it would allow for more companies to reinvest their funds domestically, which means that domestic infrastructure and job availability could be improved, and this would boost the economy significantly. For example, if Apple were to have more money domestically, they could build new factories in the U.S. and maybe create more jobs. As you can see in the chart on the left, many large companies keep 80 to 90% of their holdings abroad. If that money were back in the U.S. economy, it would provide a strong job boost.
Should the American government declare a tax holiday, what are the costs and benefits of that? The American government should not declare a tax holiday because the money gained from tax holidays isn't worth the money lost from lower tax rates. Although they shouldn't declare a holiday, there are some pros to it. It encourages consumer spending, and it does put some money back into the economy, but the cons outweigh the pros. It doesn't do much to benefit consumers with lower incomes. It's essentially also a tax break for high-income families, and then more money is lost with tax holidays than gained.
Given the current conditions, should Apple repatriate its international earnings? We think that Apple should be required to repatriate its international earnings because it's not fair to the American economy. Apple is making money off of the American people, but the American government isn't making any money from Apple. A standard should exist for similar companies. Once a company reaches a certain threshold, they should be required to return. Doing this helps even the playing fields between the American government and big companies like Apple.
Thank you for listening.